Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Kraus. I made a short video for you today introducing a topic that we're going to be talking about tomorrow in class. So our topic is weathering, and let's get started. First of all, let's talk about what it is. What is weathering? Well, the most basic answer I can give you is it's the breakdown of rock into smaller pieces. And there's two main ways that this breakdown happens. The first one is mechanical weathering. The second one is chemical weathering. And the only one I'm going to focus on in this video are the types of mechanical weathering. And that's what we'll look at in class tomorrow. Here are a few examples of mechanical weathering that we'll talk about in just a minute. But you can see there that these structures, these rocks, have been broken down into smaller pieces. So what is mechanical weathering? Well, sometimes it is called physical weathering. And when you think of physical, it's exactly what it is. It's some sort of physical force that has broken or torn apart this rock. For example, water, ice, plants, plant roots, animals, digging animals, burrowing animals, heat, etc. The composition of the rock doesn't change, and that's what makes it mechanical. When I say composition, I mean, what is this rock made of? When it breaks apart into smaller pieces, it's still the same type of rock. It doesn't break off and turn into something else. It's just a smaller version of the big rock. So only the size and shape changes. The first type we're going to talk about is ice wedging. Now, when I think of ice wedging, this was the image that came into my mind. I can't tell you how many times I have done this. I've thought, I want to make this Coke really cold really fast. So I'm going to stick it in the freezer and wait about 15 minutes and come back. It's going to be fabulous. Well, that's not what happens because Miss Kraus gets focused on other things. And then 3 hours later, I come back to a huge mess. Why did this happen? Because when the liquid froze, it expanded and it escapes however it can. It's the same type of thing in ice wedging. And that's the first type of mechanical weathering we're going to look at. If you see this rock over here to the right, you'll see the cracks and crevices. And what has happened over time is that water has filled those joints, has filled those cracks, those crevices, even the tiniest ones. And then it's frozen. And when that water freezes, what does it do? It expands. It pushes the rock apart. And this happens over and over and over and over. The water gets in, the water freezes, it thaws out, the water gets in, the water freezes, it expands, it goes away. Over and over until these cracks get larger and larger and larger and the rock breaks. The second type I want to talk about is exfoliation. And now if you'll look over here to the right, you'll see a picture and it looks like just sheets of rock that have broken off. And that's exactly what exfoliation is. I like to think of it as kind of an onion, as the layers of an onion break off. And so that's what I want you to picture in your mind for class tomorrow, is when you hear exfoliation, mechanical weathering, think of the layers of an onion. And we're going to look here at another image of mechanical weathering that is exfoliation. And this happens to be in Texas. It's called Enchanted Rock out in, near Fredericksburg. And you can see just layers of flat rock have broken off. And it's made a dome shape. And we're going to look more at that in class tomorrow. The third type is called thermal. And it's just what it sounds like. It has to do with temperature. This happens a lot in desert regions where it gets really, really hot during the day. And then gets very cold during the night. And so those rocks heat and expand and they cool and contract. And they heat and expand and they cool and contract. Well, over and over that happens, it's going to cause the rock to split and break. And that's the third type we're going to look at. The fourth type is probably the one that we see the most. It's called biotic. What does bio mean? Life. And this is exactly that, weathering caused by living organisms, be it plant roots, like I said, burrowing animals, microscopic plants and animals, algae, fungi, the roots get down under the rock and can just break it up. They're very, very powerful. Here's some examples. You can see where these tree roots have broken the brick and in some sort of home or a structure. They can get under houses and break up the slab. Very, very powerful. On the bottom right, it looks like this tree just grew straight through this large rock. And you see those cute, cute little prairie dogs. They are darling, but they can cause lots of problems by causing this weathering in structures. So those are the 4 main types. And for tomorrow, I just want you to have an idea. I want you to be able to answer these 3 questions. Number 1, what is weathering? Number 2, what is mechanical weathering? Number 3, what are 4 types of mechanical weathering? So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I hope you have a great evening. Bye-bye.